This is Susan Wilbanks with blendedinsight.com. I am a holistic and integrative healing arts practitioner, an intuitive, and an energy healer. In this podcast, I share tips, tools, and suggestions that have helped me along my path in hopes of inspiring and helping you along yours. Let's get started with today's podcast topic. Hello, bright souls, and thank you so much for joining me on my podcast. On today's podcast, I want to talk about ways to support yourself through grief and loss. I want to talk about the stages of grief so that you can identify which stage you're in and how close you are to coming out of it. I want to talk about practical tools to support yourself and then spiritual tools. And then at the end, we will do a healing to help you with this process. When I'm talking about grief and loss, I'm talking about any stage. This could be the loss of a job, the loss of a relationship, the physical loss of a person that has transitioned to the non-physical. This could be really anything, the loss of a pet. We grieve and we go through loss at different stages and different ways in our lives. So this is for all of those things. So there are 5 stages of grief. They are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and then finally acceptance. The denial phase is characterized by rationalizing overwhelming emotions, by denying that the situation even happened. So in this stage, people typically shut down and then they go into anger. Anger is when we're really in a lot of intense pain, and then we may direct anger at inanimate objects, loved ones, strangers. We may be angry at the Creator. We just become very difficult because we are in a place of anger and not processing it. Next is bargaining, when we try to regain control by asking questions. What if this? What if that? We may go for second opinions. We may do bargaining with the Creator or God, like, oh, well, if you do this for me, I'll do that for you. Things like that. Then the depression phase comes, and that's when we just prepare for the separation. We start to process it and integrate it. And we may also have some anxiety in this phase. And then finally, we go into acceptance. And this is when we start to become more okay with it. We get some peace, some calm, and we start detaching from what happened in a way that allows us to move on. The time frame for each of these stages is different for everyone. I will tell you that there's been many times in my life where it only takes me 1 or 2 days to just accept something and get over it. And I will go through the entire 5 stages of grief in a matter of hours, and then I'm done with it. And there have been other times, I lost 2 brothers, the loss of a pet. Those may take a little longer. And one of the things that we really need to do is have compassion with ourselves and acceptance for how we are processing the experience. For us that are spiritually driven and seeking to be enlightened and conscious and serve, I find that oftentimes we are the hardest on ourselves because we feel that we should be in acceptance quicker because we have a belief in the afterlife, or we have a belief in the divine plan and how things happen. And sometimes we're the worst ones. So we need to have compassion with ourselves the way we have compassion with others when they are trying to process things that are going on around them. I know sometimes it's really hard to be logical when we're in an emotional state. So that's why it's really good to have a framework of things that we need to be doing to support ourselves to help us move through this. Some practical things that you can do is just take good care of yourself. How is your nutrition? Make sure that you are eating. I know a lot of people process emotions different ways. For me, I would want to binge eat more than I would want to starve myself. It just depends on who you are. Some people would, they lose their appetite and they don't want to eat. Other people have the opposite. I'm the opposite. I'm going to want to eat. So you still need to moderate that and make sure that you're taking really good care of your body. The other thing that is vitally important is sleep. Make sure that you're able to get some sleep. Whatever that looks like for you. You could add in some melatonin at night. You can take a bath at night to relax yourself. A lot of people, it's usually one or the other. Either they have insomnia or they're wanting to sleep all the time. So be mindful of how you're feeling and what you're doing. If you're taking care of your physical body, it's going to really help you to figure out where you are, what's going on, and how to move through it. The other thing is just relaxing and being easy on yourself. I know that sometimes we get hard on ourselves for the way that we're feeling, but that really doesn't do anybody any good. It's not going to help you. So I would treat yourself the way that you treat others who are grieving. Treat yourself the way you would treat a small child who is going through something. Just be sweet and compassionate and kind with yourself. There is no time frame of when you have to get through something. Your soul, it knows what it's doing. Go with the flow. The more you try to resist it and push yourself through it, the harder it's going to be. This is a time to relax, get calm, tune into your body, and do everything you can to support yourself while the process takes its course. Spiritual tools you can do, there's so many. My goodness, I'm just going to name the few that come to mind. The first thing that could be really helpful is just getting a spiritual community. And these are people that believe the same things that you do, that can help to encourage you, to give you positive love and light and encouragement. That can be really important. Acupuncture works really well because there are certain acupuncture points that help you release emotions. So acupuncture is definitely a tool that you can use. Yoga is a really wonderful, easy practice to get your body flowing, to help you to stay centered and connected. It's a meditative practice, so yoga can be really good. Energy healing. Energy healing is phenomenal for helping you clear through grief because it works on all of the different energy centers, and it can help you to clear away stagnant emotions, any blocks, things like that. I do a mix of pranic healing, Reiki, and other things that I've learned, but you can pick whatever energy healing practice you're drawn to. Crystal bowls are amazingly therapeutic. You can get an app for a crystal bowl, or you can just go on YouTube and listen to crystal bowls, people that play them, but that's a really wonderful meditative practice too. Also, healing retreats. You can pick a healing retreat, a spiritual retreat to go to so that you can just release and stay connected and take really good care of yourself. Readings sometimes really help a person that's grieving to get some guidance and direction and to get things moving. So that's another thing you can do. Another tool that you can use that I found extremely helpful when I was experiencing deep, painful loss, Inner Talk CDs by Eldon Taylor. I will post the link in the show notes, but Inner Talk CDs are essentially just subliminal programs. So you have the option of a nature track or an instrumental track. You buy the CD and all you do is play it. That's it. You can play it in the background. I used to play mine when I would go to bed at night, and I would get the one that has ocean tracks under it. And the way that I personally select an Inner Talk CD is I read the affirmations that are listed in the description. And if I experience any resistance inside of me to that affirmation, then I know that that's one that I need to work on. And I think I have over 30 in my library because they really helped me at a time when I just needed to get going. I needed to reprogram my thoughts and just get some positivity in my life. And so that's another tool that can support you. So there you have it, the stages of grief, practical tools and spiritual tools. And now we've reached the part where we're going to do a healing. So if you can close your eyes. If you're not in a position to close your eyes, that's okay too. Just try to relax and receive. I'm going to turn the energy healing on. And if you can, just focus on your breathing. You are safe. And you are loved. And if you'd like to, you can imagine a waterfall washing over you and washing away all of the emotions that you feel you would like to release. I'm sending you lots of pink energy. And you may feel tingly. You may not. You might see colors, you might not. However you experience it is perfectly normal, natural, and okay. I'm finishing up now. Okay, and so it is. Okay, everyone, I hope that helped. And know that I am sending you lots of love, healing, and positive energy. I know it's very difficult when we're going through grief and loss, but you can do it. Just allow yourself to feel it, to heal it. That's how it goes. And support yourself in the process. There are so many tools and people and organizations and things that you can do. So be easy about it. Trust what you're drawn to, and you'll get through it. If you have podcast suggestions, send me a line at susan@blendedinsight.com. You can also send me a message on my website, Blended Insight. And as always, I'm sending you lots of love, healing, and positive energy. And thank you for joining me. Take care. Bye-bye.